Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna and today is such an exciting day because any day you get to review a Natasha Denona new palette is fantastic. And this just came yesterday and so it's currently what I have on my eyes and spoilers. Yes, I do love it. And I talk about all that kind of stuff in this video. So if that's what you're here for, then keep on watching. All my socials and everything are listed down below. Like the video, subscribe, be here. I always have a ton of giveaways happening because believe it or not, I get sent a lot of extra makeup for some reason and I don't know why. It's not PR, it's just like mistakes and things. And yeah, so that happens sometimes. So in this video, you're gonna find review, tutorial on kind of how to do this look where I show a picture of what I'm using and the brush. And everything that you're going to see is in natural lighting. I don't use a ring light because that's not how we live our lives. And if you're interested in spending $100 on a palette, you need to know how it's going to look on a real person in real life. So hope you enjoy it. And here we go, transitioning to me with no eye makeup, but I am wearing a full face and I am wearing lipstick as well. Okay, so let's get into it. Got my box right here. And I got, obviously, the Natasha Denona new palette, but I also did get a few other things. So we're just going to unbox it together. And if you want, look at the timestamps if you would just want to like skip ahead to the actual palette and the swatches and all that. So I got here a Jo Malone perfume. I do love their stuff here. I got, oh, that's right. I got the Glow Recipe, the Hyaluronic Serum, the new one that just came out, because I'm all about serums. So I'll open that in a minute. This is that Ole Henriksen, the Gel Brightening Cream here. And, oh, got one of the Sephora face masks, because who can resist that? And I got one of the new Natasha Denona, the Chromium Liquid Eyeshadows. And this is the palette right here. And this is the actual palette here. This is how it comes. There's like a cardboard thing on the outside. And I've seen reviews, like a couple of reviews on this. And I think it was Michelle Wang who was like, the second I saw this in Trend Mood, I just immediately knew I had to have it. And I was the same way because I have this one here. This is the mini glam set that came out fairly recently, like last year. But I was like, wait, how is it a mini if we don't have the actual glam set? I'm not understanding what's happening. But I guess they did it out of order. I didn't think they ever did that. But that's the mini. And I do really like this one. I've used it quite a bit. So this is the full one here. And let's open her up like this. Okay. Very nice. Put it a little closer. And then I'm going to pull it back and look at it. I'm going to put in some swatches here. And they are in natural lighting, and I may have sped it up just for the sake of time. But as you can see, like a very cool toned, but you can do a lot of different looks. I love that bottom left. You can do so much with this, and I love the names because it's telling you what to do. Center eyelid, inner corner, crease. Wow. Lash line, blend, smoke. Now that is just smart. I like that. And I think it was in a comment someone made on Michelle's video where they're like, this is such a bridal palette. And I'm like, you know what? I think it really is. And that's why I'm really excited to do this video today because, fingers crossed, I am getting married in a couple months. So I would like to know, if what this is going to look like. I mean, I love her shadows and I knew I was going to use something Natasha Denona. So when I saw this, my gosh, I've never decided like, yes, I'm buying that so fast before. I am going to prime my eyelids and I'm going in with the Too Faced 24-hour eye insurance. I don't use a lot of Too Faced for a multitude of reasons, but I tell you, I've used not many primers, like eye primers in my life, but I've used a few, maybe like 4 or 5. I've even used the Fenty one and things still crease. This one, however, things do not crease. And I'm saying like I have eyeshadow on my eyes for I don't know, 14, 16 hours most days, and it won't crease. And I'm talking things like Natasha Denona, ColourPop, BH Cosmetics. Almost everything I use will not crease when I use that primer. So if you're looking for a good one, I would recommend that one. It's not too expensive, but it lasts a long, long time. I've had this like almost 2 years, so it still works. And I do let it sit just for like a minute because it is a little bit tacky, but it doesn't affect the shadow in any way. So anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to go into crease with a all over crease brush, wouldn't you know it? And there we go. I just want to make sure I'm nice and center, and I'm going to use this. So I am going to go, I don't know, what am I going to create? I want to start very light and see what I can do in terms of deepening it out. So that I can kind of create two looks with it. This crease color is very interesting. It's translating very, very dark. Darker than what's in the pan. It is quite a gray color though. And again, I am quite fair on my eyelids, you know, because you just like barely tan there. And I'm going to go into another blending brush, and I'm going to go into the actual shade labeled blend. I just want to soften out the edges up here. Good, that softened it out a bit there. It is a bit of a cloudy day, but it's registering pretty true to real life right now. And you know, that's why I always like not doing it with like a ring light, because we're not all models who have that. So why would I show it like that? Now I'm going to go into smoke, and I want to kind of just deepen out the outer edge a little bit there. But I mean, that crease color is really doing a lot. You could just put a bit of shimmer the way it is right now and just kind of call it a day. But I do want to see what this very cool toned light brown is going to do. I hope this is close enough for you guys, because I don't know how much closer. I mean, I could go a little closer, but I need to kind of look back. That is really nice. Those are some really, really nice, cool tone colors there. I was kind of like look straight in the camera rather than like looking at myself. Just want to make sure it's picking up as close as it actually is. Really nice. This would be a nice even everyday palette. I mean, I'm sitting here taking so much time blending, but I have like really nowhere to be right now, so I'm just kind of doing that, but that's really nice. It's very subtle. So I'm going to take my medium sweeper brush here by Sigma. I'm going to go into center eyelid. It's at the bottom in the center, because I don't want to make this too icy, or do I? So all of these shimmers are so icy, but I'm going to go into the bottom one right in the middle there. I'm going to keep it a little bit more on the champagne-y kind of, I don't know, was that taupe kind of area. You can go a little pinky. There's some that are in here that are pinky, and some in here that are very silver. But I want to keep it with a little bit of warmth. So I'm going to go into that one, see if it's picking up here. I'm going to do my other eye with a finger just to see the difference in the payoff. They are quite powdery. I was expecting a little bit more cream, a creamy kind of texture, like her other palettes. I mean, you could wet your brush if you really, really wanted to. Yeah, it's pretty much the same distribution, finger or with the brush, but I do love this brush to use even with shimmers. And I'm gonna go in with a mini little brush here, little shadow brush. And I'm gonna go into the inner corner, the one that's in the top in the middle. I'm gonna get that guy there. Let's do this. This one has a little bit of pink in it. I didn't want to go too icy with it. Just make sure you can see a little bit. I guess if I really did have more like light, you could see, but I have put it in the inner corner here. I'm going to put it underneath on my lower lash line as well. I'll come a bit closer. That way, yeah, let's see all those grays. Don't worry, I'm going in like 2 days to get my hair done. I like really stretch it out. It was summertime, like nobody sees me except, you know, the hundreds of people that watch my videos. And then, you know, on the outer lash line, I'm going to go back into crease, that gray. I do just want to match what I did up top. And it created a nice line. Like I did a better job on my outside than I usually do. Really nice. You know, it's a cloudy day, so the light's being a little distorted. It's looking like I'm looking a lot more like rosy, like kind of orangey a little bit more than usual. But I will like turn down the video, like I'll fix it so it's like it looks a little bit more natural. But it's really nice. And you know what? It's definitely one of those eyeshadows you need. Lashes, liner. I mean lash. I always say lashes. I mean mascara. I don't wear false lashes. I'm going to go in with lash line, and I'm just going to take an angled brush here, and I'm going to maybe not do liquid liner today, and I'll just do this because this is actually a really nice way to get a wing when you have creasing. When you have like creases in your in your skin. So that way it gives a nice, it's not so defined, it's subtle, but it's a little bit more elegant. And you know, it's doing a really nice job. The other palette that I love doing that with is the Tarte Beauty palette because it has that black in there, and that black is so good. This one is pretty good too. It's a black, I almost think this is a really super dark brown, so that's really nice too. There we go. I'm not gonna take it all the way to the inner corner. I like it when the eyeliner starts about right midway, because it's like it goes the highest point and then it kind of goes out. So I kind of like that. You just stamp. So there's no like glitters in this palette. It can be a very everyday kind of palette, or it can be a special occasion, but like to a subtle extent. And I know it's like, well, why would I sit there and spend like $89 on something that's subtle? But you know what, to be fair, I don't have something like this, where if you're like, okay, I want really nice look, but I don't want like reds and fuchsias and things like that. I just want something that's gonna stand out, but at the same time, it's gonna stand out because of the tone, because of the color story, because of all those things. That's what I think grabbed me with this palette, was that it's like, it's all here. So, and of course you can mix it with other palettes and do whatever you'd like. There we go. Just gonna go over that one more time, everything that I just did, just to intensify it and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, and last thing for this look, I'm just gonna go with some Lash Paradise because I feel like it needs it. I'm usually all about the, you know, the L'Oreal Unlimited one that I love, but I've just been all about Lash Paradise these days. It just gives a little bit of a different look and it's really something. So there's the mascara I'll put on, and it's gotten a little brighter outside, so I'm like, okay, we gotta film. So now you can see it in a bit more natural light and I'm not so orangey, so that's all good. I just put, like I said, just a little bit of mascara on, that's all I did. You saw me apply everything else, I didn't touch anything. Really love the final look. It is so subtle and I feel so comfortable. And yes, this is a total bridal palette. I went into about, I don't know, 4 or so shades. There's no kick up in this pan. This is the one I used for the eyeliner right there. And I showed you the other ones that I used. And so I can't wait to go into this again and go more into those icy shades, because there's like some that are really super icy and one is silvery. That's center eye. This one right here is really intense and very silver. So final thoughts on this palette. I think it's fantastic. I love Natasha Denona palettes. This is one of the, you know, the cheaper ones. I say cheaper loosely. How about less expensive than her other palettes? This is like, in Canadian, this is 89 as opposed to like 150. But it is really gorgeous. It's more cool toned, and you can see how we have like a family of browns. We have some pinks in here, and then we have these silvers. So if you're looking to kind of dive into it, maybe if you want, you know, go into the mini glam first. You know, these are like maybe 30 bucks, which is like, you know, a little bit more reasonable. And here, I'll hold them all together. So that's, you can see it's kind of fitting in the same family, but I can tell you that like this shimmer in the mini is really intense, very wet looking and all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit, it's in the same family, and I'm sure you could use some of these and mix it with the larger palette. But that being said, I think you're totally set just getting this one here. So yeah, highly recommended from me. I can't wait to try it out again to recreate this look. And I know I said I would like smoke it out, kind of make it darker, which you totally can. And you can just keep going into that dark brown, the one that's actually called smoke. So that's really great that it actually tells you what to do with each shade. So, you know, even though it is the way it is now, I could sit there and do a little bit more and make it a little bit more intense, but I did just use eyeshadow as liner, so I don't want to sit there and blend because I will blend out my eyeliner. But that could be a look too. You could smudge that out and you could just use that to create the smoky kind of look if you really want it. So there is that. So yeah, so that's it for me, and I hope you liked this video and you found it informative. And if you're thinking of getting this palette, I don't think there's like a palette, well maybe there's a couple that I've reviewed that I did not like, but Natasha Denona I will always love, and I have to like get on that because it's so fantastic. Again, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe, stay around, follow me on like my socials and stuff like that. And check out the other videos that YouTube is recommending to you right now. I have a ton of other makeup reviews and videos about my makeup collection, tons of unboxings that I do for so many like makeup subscriptions. I know you're gonna find something in there you're gonna love to watch. Anyways, I hope you and your families are all doing well. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye everyone.